What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sports Syndicate, where data meets dollars. Y'all see it. I brought it through. It came through. It took me 4 weeks to make it. It was stressful. It took hours, brain power. I was so tired, strung out. I'm telling you, my back hurts. My back hurts. It was crazy, y'all. Like, really. To all the new people watching this, because we are, well, our first model was baseball, so then we converted to the NFL model. I do have an NCAA model I'm working on, but I wanted to get this NFL model done. It was so stressful. It is so stressful, but we got what we got for you guys, so enjoy it, bet responsibly. I was going to show the full video. I was going to give all the plays all week, right? But then I went on FanDuel and I checked, and I was like, okay, they don't have any projections for any games upcoming, like on Sunday. Like, certain stats I want aren't available on Sunday. So I was like, I'm just gonna lay back. I'm not gonna post all my projections because we beat the line so many times. You know what I mean? So the objective is to stay ahead of the line. So I'll wait for the lines to drop. But since the lines have dropped for Thursday night, here's your guys' picks. Your quarterback, Kyler Murray, coming through. He's expected to have under his projected. He's expected to have passing yards 132.79. All right, guys, everything's to the 10th and the 100th place. To the 10th to in the 100th place, okay? So for all the people that didn't pay attention in math class, all right, who the teachers pushed through the class, all right, who didn't pay attention, who didn't go to school, all right, this is the tens place. You see where the arrow's pointing? That's the decimal point. That's the tens place. That's the hundredths place. Okay, that's the hundredths place. Okay, so the hundredths place influences the tenths place, with influences the ones place. And then you got the tens and the hundreds. Okay. Just backwards goes forwards, okay? On the right side of the decimal, all right, it goes opposite. Tens, well, it goes the same. Tens, hundreds. And to the left side, it goes tens, hundreds, all right? So get it, got it, good. But the only thing about the left side is the first whole number, which is 2, okay, is not counted on the right side. So just go on the right side of the decimal is tens, hundreds. On the left side, it's ones, tens, hundreds. Okay, you guys got it. All right, so moving on. That plays a role in the entire predictability and the structure of the model in regards to the points and how it works. Okay, so Kyler Murray is expected to have 15.12, round the hundredths place to the nearest tenths place. Okay, if I'm talking not your language, welcome to the Sports Syndicate, where we get paid. All right, so you got 15 completions, attempts 24. All right, so you can basically say Kyler's going to have 25 attempts. All right, he's going to have 5 rushing attempts. Okay, and he's going to average 53 yards. That's on you whether you want to take the over or under. Me personally, I might take the under, but with his projected passing yards, I may just take the over. Excuse me. I may just take the over because his projected passing yards aren't there. His rushing touchdowns is 0, and Kyler don't really throw picks, but it's 0.23. All right, hundreds, tenths place. Okay, so basically, out of a whole number being 1, 23% chance he'd throw a pick. All right, y'all got that? All right, guys. Now we're going to jump into other options in the video. All right, so let's go look at the running backs for Seattle. Seattle has James Conner, but we know. Arizona versus Seattle. But Arizona, we know James Conner had that crushing knee injury. James, that was a tough injury. Especially, I watched his career, especially through college. He went through cancer. He survived cancer and became an NFL star. His story is a movie. Honestly, James Conner's story is a movie. But this week, we're relying on Trey Benson to come through. Now, Trey is averaging his rushing yards per model is 77.45. I would assume Trey's going to get 15 carries, 14 to 15 carries. tomorrow. So yeah, I'm definitely liking with Trey, and he looking at 3 receptions for 28 plus yards, 25 plus yards, receiving touchdowns, none. So the model is as is. If it was James Conner, he would have a receiving touchdown. So it's finicky, but the model's logistics is sound. All right, so you can marry these up with any sports betting line, and I'm sure, because the time and energy that I put into this model, that the lines will square up. All right, will be in range. All right, but it's up to you as a responsible bettor, bet responsibly, to ensure yourself that you're taking the right call, whether it's over or under, based on whatever research that you do. Now keep in mind, all this is defense adjusted. All right, so the defense is compared towards the offense when these projections are presented to you. So it will change week to week. So Trey Benson right now the model might present Trey Benson up against Seattle getting 78 yards, 75 yards, over 60. But next week it's going to be different because the defense is different. All right, let's keep it moving. Jumping to wide receivers, let's take a look. All right, on the wide receiver side, we got, it doesn't look good over here. It looks like Kyler is going to be running for his life tomorrow. We got a tutty. Trey McBride is looking like he's going to get a tutty tomorrow. Trey McBride, put Trey up. Trey to get a tutty tomorrow, over 3 receptions. His line might be 2.5. I'm giving it to y'all early. We on deck. All right, guys, so Thursday Night Football, y'all can definitely enjoy. Also, if you have Oculus headset, all right, let me know in the comments. If you have an Oculus headset, let me know in the comments. We'll have a watch party if you got Oculus, all right? So if you got Oculus, we can do a watch party, and I got it already set up, the room set up, everything's set up. All you got to do is let me know that you got an Oculus, and we can have a watch party with the odds for Thursday Night Football, and sit back. I'll watch a half with you. I won't do a quarter. I'll watch a half with you till the battery run out. You know how it go. But if you got an Oculus, let me know. I'm also working on a Discord. It's already set up. I just haven't promoted it or gave you guys it yet. But there is a Discord. All right, there is. It's there. I just haven't told anybody about it, but I opened it up today, along with, which you haven't seen before, but you will see, Oculus. If you guys have an Oculus, all right, VR headset, let me know in the comments, or I'll just give y'all the what is it called? The Discord. I'll just give y'all the Discord, and then we'll connect in the Discord, and then if you got an Oculus, then we'll connect, and then we'll have a watch party on Oculus. All right, guys, y'all never heard that before, y'all never seen that before, and I'm giving it to you now. All right, let's move on to the tight ends. All right, the tight ends, we got Higgins and Ryman. All right, we got the reception yards and the reception, so they both averaging 1 reception. So that's all included. Touchdowns, they don't look like they're receiving no touchdowns. All right, and the defense for Arizona. This is the defense anybody projected. The best man on this list to get a sack is Z Collins. Z Collins is the best man to get a sack on this list. All right, guys, we went through the running backs, the wide receivers. We went through everything. That's our list right here. All right, I'm not putting out any other plays. Let's go down to Seattle for tomorrow night's game. All right, guys, here's Seattle. We starting with defense because that's where we left off at. I am working on interceptions, so right now you see it as 0.0, but we are working on interceptions, and that will be presented to you. The best 2 guys coming from Seattle to get a sack is J.A. Reed and B. Maffey. Maffey and Reed are your 2 guys to get a sack tomorrow based on the list. Also, speaking of sacks, and D. Hall. But speaking of sacks, guys, I realized last week Myles Garrett got a half a sack. All right, he got a half a sack. So with his half a sack, I realized that when you have a half a sack, it still counts with FanDuel. Shout out to FanDuel, because if you get a half a sack, it still counts towards your 1 sack. So if you project the player to get a sack and he gets a half a sack, it still counts towards a whole sack. FanDuel don't change that. Don't change that. All right. Other sports books, y'all need to get online. That makes FanDuel stand out like platinum, premier, diamond, no moissanite. All right. All right. Let's keep swinging. All right, guys. We got Seattle on deck. Let's go. Let's just jump to the quarterbacks because that's what's important. We got Sam Darnold starting off. We got him with 226 passing yards. Y'all can check the over under. We got him with 1.5 passing touchdowns. Y'all can check the over under. I hate when it's 1.5 too, because it's like, okay, it's 1.5, but is it 2? Because you know when you place the line, you got to make sure that line you betting 2, and 1.5 is basically saying 2, but it's also giving me 1.5, and that's tough. Completion 16.9. I'm counting 17, 18 completions. Attempts, I'm counting 24 to 26 attempts. Rushing attempts, Sam Darnold is not running the ball at all. Rushing yards, he's not leaving the pocket. Interceptions, it looks like Sam may throw a pick tomorrow. He got a 53% chance of throwing a pick. Basically, the whole number is 1. He's high. 0.5 is high, so you can definitely bank on Sam Darnold throwing a pick tomorrow. All right, let's jump over to running backs. All right, we got Kenneth Walker. Where did Kenneth Walker play? Let me think. RC Green. Kenneth Walker. Who he played for? He didn't play for Marshall. He didn't play for Colorado. So he was balling though. Kenneth Walker was balling. He was balling in college. He was looking. He reminded me of who's that dude? Never mind. He ain't ball out in college, but he played for Nebraska. He was killing it. Anyway, Kenneth Walker. All right, we projecting Kenneth to get 14 carries for over 100 yards. Kenneth Walker over 100 tomorrow. Kenneth Walker over 100 rushing touchdowns with a tutty. We giving Walker a tutty tomorrow. He's an anytime touchdown guy, especially with 2 receptions out of the backfield. I would take him with the 2.5 receptions or over 1.5 receptions. Receptions yards 24.44. This is what the model projects. All right, this is what the model projects. Wide receivers, let's jump into them. 0.43, who's this? Njigba Jackson. I'm gonna just call this boy Jackson. Jackson is gonna ball out tomorrow. Jackson's gonna ball out tomorrow. The model saying Jackson's balling out tomorrow, and he may get a tutty. 0.43. Let's check out the touchdowns. That's a high number. All right, I already did the computations, and 0.43 is a high number, so I would take in Jigba to get a touchdown for Seattle against Arizona. It ain't like they got Tyrann Mathieu out there, you know what I mean? Like, they ain't got no hitters. All right, and I can't show y'all nothing else because I don't want the algorithm to jump on my plays. And the tight end. All right, here's the tight end. We got 0.13. Barner might get one in the red zone. That's what that's telling me. Barner might get one in the red. That one catch for 15 yards in the red zone for a tutty. So AJ might come through for a tutty. And let's check out the defense again. See if the defense got anything one more time. Maffey and Reed. Those are my plays, guys. This is the Sports Syndicate. This is how the model will present itself for our future games once the lines are presented. Right now, we tied in, we locked in, everything's good. The lines aren't our lines. We create our own lines, and then we take the over and unders once the lines are presented. Guys, thank you so much. For all new subscribers, all new watchers, keep an eye out for the home run model. If you just strictly football, keep an eye out for the home run model. If you from the home run model and you watching this video, thank you guys for staying tuned up with it. You know, I told you I'm gonna keep doing this, man. I'm gonna keep coming with the videos. They may not be every day because, you know, like work's every day. This is leisure and work. You know, I gotta keep the lights on. So thank you all for subscribing, liking, donating, commenting. yo, you guys are just phenomenal. I appreciate y'all. Yes, I'm back. I had a cold. All right, it was a cold, and and a cold, it takes me about 5 to 7 days to get over a cold. But I'm back. I did have a honey-do list. I still got a bunch of honey-do lists. There's deliveries every day for a honey-do list, so I got to do the honey-do list. The wife wants a fire pit out back, so we got to construct a fire pit. All right, that's I'm jumping on YouTube University to figure out how to formulate this. Oh Lord, landscaping. I'm learning landscaping. All right, we're just gonna end it at that. It's the Sports Syndicate. We out.